What's going on, everyone? Kelly Cavallero here, one half of 7 Arrow Media, and welcome to today's edition of the Honky Tonk Highway, episode 96. Final stretch, guys. Only a couple more days till we hit that 100 number. That's right. Hope you guys enjoyed the special shows this past weekend that Kelly and I did. The little bit of behind-the-scenes look. I called it Strip Down Saturday. And then, of course, yesterday, Sunday Fun Day, the little Q&A with K&K. Had some great questions that got asked. Hope y'all enjoyed those. And then today's just a look back, today's episode, on the 95 episodes we've done so far. What you liked, what you want to see more of, some of the topics we discussed, some of the people we've had on, some of the challenges we've done, and, of course, leading into the rest of the week where we have interviews galore leading into Friday's show. So, before we get started, like always, like I said, guys, if you don't yet, subscribe, like, share, follow, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. That way you never miss what we're going to do. We got some huge things. We're going to be making some announcements coming up. You're not going to want to miss that. Also, just like always, every Tuesday, 2 to 4 UK time, 9 to 11 here on the East Coast of Florida, I do the Honky Tonk Highway over on Line Instant Radio. That's right. We hit the airwaves. Tomorrow's show, in honor of tomorrow's guest, we'll be doing a little bit of a throwback, which is going to be fun. You're not going to miss that. It's going to be mostly old dances done by American choreographers in honor of my guy tomorrow, and I will be telling you that in a minute. Also, if you can't make the show ever, don't forget you can watch them back, or if you just want to listen, head over to Apple iTunes or Spotify. We rip the audio, turn them into a podcast. That way you can listen wherever you are at. And like I said, leading up to the shows this week, guys, tomorrow, the man, Cody Stevens. A lot of you don't know him, but you're going to enjoy this show. He co-wrote the dance Floor Fila with Brian McWhorter. He's going to be my guest tomorrow. It's going to be a fun time. And then Wednesday, I got the man from Streamline, also nominated for Dedicated DJ of the Year, Mr. Michael Lynn. He's going to be joining me. That's going to be a crazy time on Wednesday. And then, of course, Thursday, I got 4 guys that y'all all know and love. Mark, Ray, Matt, and Chris. Guys behind Legends Tonight. Get juicy. Get ready to ride. You're going to love that one. That's going to be a fun time. That's going to be on Thursday. Of course, leading into the 2-hour Friday party. Live from the Guyton compound. Me and the G-Man. On my birthday. 2-hour special. You're not going to miss that. So make sure to be tuned in. But today's show, just to talk back on all 95. I've had some great guests, some multiple times. I've done some awesome topics that I at least find that I've had fun with and seem to enjoy. But what have you guys liked? What have you guys want to see? I know I've already had a couple ideas that I have planning coming up. You're also going to get a little surprise at the end of the show. Let's just put it that way. You're going to get a little bit of a sneak peek on something that y'all are going to be the first to see. So definitely stay tuned to the end for that. Chris has a thing. She goes, no names, but she goes, but is there any guest you would not... let me make that a little smaller. Anyone that you would not invite back again? I'm not sure on that one. There's probably 1 or 2 that, depending on the situation, I wouldn't bring on. But for the most part, everyone has been great. Had definitely some fun times with them. There's just probably a few that I wouldn't bring back on, just due to I've already done them. Some people have gladly come back on for different topics. I've never had to do more than 1 interview with somebody, except for Rob Fowler, which that was a 2-parter. Paul, I love this. Paul James. I expect everyone's favorite shows were our shenanigans shows with Stacy DW. I had a blast with those. That is for sure. I definitely would be down and willing to do more of those triple shows in the future. Those were fun. Always a good time. First one went 90 something minutes long. It was a great show. We were in costume all night. I always have fun with Paul and Stacy when they come on. So yes, they've been on a couple times. And there's definitely some have any invited a client invitation? Yes. There are some people that just due to time restraints are just not interested in talking about themselves that have asked not to come on when I've asked them. There have people that have been declined, that have declined. So Jessica Devlin's joined us. She's been on. It was a fun time when we had her on. She was on during WDM week, of course, during the infancy of the show when I first brought it out, like a month and a half in, roughly, I think, is when I did the WDM week, and we had a whole week, and it was that was a great week. That was an absolute great week. So Amy says she wants more shenanigans. Absolutely. Always don't mind when they come back on. Love it when I have Paul and Stacy. So there's definitely going to be some part 3s discussed. Like I know I've been asked to do another episode with more people on line dances today. The amount of them written. We've done 2 episodes of that. One with JP Potter, Darren Bailey, and Fred Whitehouse. The second one with Dave Baycroft, Trevor Thornton, and Tim Johnson. I've been asked to do more of those types of shows with other people on different things, as well as I know I've been asked to do a second part of voting that had me and Dave Morgan. Jessica just said lots of laughs. Love having the opportunity to be on your show. I loved having you on, Jess. It was a great time. It was an absolute great time having you on when we did that. But yeah, definitely going to be doing some more topic shows. Got a couple ideas for ones. I always try to plan out ahead the topic shows. I come up with the idea, then I sit on it for a week or two to see whether or not is it smart to ask this question, and then I decide, okay, if I'm going to do it, let's see if I'm going to have guests with it and whether or not they're going to be willing to talk about the topic and stuff like that. So hopefully I'll be getting to do some more interviews. I know there's some people that I would love to interview that I haven't been able to get to come on yet, or just the schedules haven't worked out either. And just like Kelly just said, we are also open to show ideas. I know people email me all the time with different ideas for different topics or different guests and stuff like that. And I've actually used them. I've used a bunch of them. Like I did the whole how to do a demo video that was submitted to me. That was definitely one. Chris said she loved the Jamie Marshall interview. I always love it when I have the Jamie Marshall on. I absolutely love that woman. She's a hoot. Her and Barney are great. So disappointed when she had to cancel Fort Wayne this year. Was so looking forward to going back there. One of my favorite events to go to. Last year, me and JP even got snow. That was great. It's always fun because how I do that one is I fly to Charlotte and I drive in with JP. The first year, Kelly and I both did that, but last year with her job, Kelly flew in and out of Fort Wayne, and I road tripped it with JP with all of the equipment. So I got a nice road trip with JP to and from, and it was a nice week-long adventure. It's always fun when I get to spend time with my boy. Don't forget, today you have roughly 1 hour and 48 minutes left to vote for your Crystal Boot Awards. If you haven't, voting does close at midnight UK time. So when this show ends, you'll have right about an hour. Head over, vote. JP is nominated for Dedicated DJ, so make sure, head over, and tune in and get your votes while you're there. Click on that link and get your viewing pass. It's only £25. Come watch the Crystal Boots with us. Paul said, I'm pretty sure you can ask me and Stacy, D-Dubs, whatever you like. You never know what you're going to get, but you always get an honest answer. So true. Same way with me. I know yesterday was funny because we put up the Sunday Fun Day and it was just the Q&A with us, and Maddie B always delivers. She came up with some great questions to ask me, and so did Shane McKeever, and Georgina had some, but like they all said, I will be brutally honest. I will tell it how it is. Stacy, hey Paul, Stacy even said we don't even know what we're gonna say. Hey Paul, Amy does want to know how many costume changes can you do in an hour. I think we did a lot during the show. During that first show, we did a lot between the three of us. That was a fun one. But yeah, no, yesterday's Q&A session, Maddie had some great questions for me, and I answered them brutally honest. It was some crazy ones. If you want to hear some good random questions to me and Kelly, go back and watch yesterday's Q&A with K&K. It was quite a hoot. Yes, Kelly does have more ears for me to wear now. Steven said the one thing I learned in the Q&A is that you need the mini fridge in the office. Only because she won't let me bring it up from the garage. I keep it in the garage. That way I need to leave, and that way I just don't keep it underneath my desk and never have to leave the office. I like my office. I have all my electronics. I have my random pops. I kind of get my space to myself. It's kind of nice. It's a lot of comic books and superhero stuff all around, and a lot of electronics. As you saw, Steven says he's got me. Ha ha ha. Kelly, I apologize now for whatever shows up from Amazon. So, whatever shows that y'all like, or you might want to see something different done. We've had some great interviews. I actually have the list up on my phone because I keep a list. That way I know. And I remember when I was first playing in this, some of the ones I did. Like my first three, the first week I started out, I only did the 3 shows. I did a Monday, Wednesday, Friday show. Trevor Thornton, Big Jim, and JP. Like Jennifer just said, every good office should have superheroes in it. Totally agree. Or loot llamas like back in the corner. Paul James said he loved the Joe Thompson interview. That was a fun one. Absolutely loved talking to Joe. I've done some crazy ones. Like I've done a couple different DJs. One from a club, DJ Larry Swag, a.k.a. Larry Carlisle, who DJs the biggest club here in Orlando. I've had John Lindsay on, who's a former line dance competitor, former DJ on the circuit, who is a manager of a big country bar down in South Florida. I've had music artists on, Eric Burgett, who performed on Streamline, who Rob Fowler wrote to his song Sometimes Late at Night, and last year Roy wrote to his Biscuit song. He was on, performed. I had AC Thomas, who everyone knows from Fort Wayne Dance for All. They've been on and performed. That was a fun one. Those were both fun, great shows. Loved hanging out with both of them. Funny thing is, Eric's going to be performing in Orlando this weekend. He's going to be here. Of course, the one weekend I have planned to go to Guyton's and to go to Disney World, he's going to be at Blake Shelton's Old Red in downtown Orlando performing. It'd been cool to get to go see him. Jim said the Big Jim one was awful. Big Jim one is never awful, Biggie. Loved having you on. Did the one with Country Soul, Brian Robinson Jr., guy from Cali who does a lot of stuff out there. I've been lucky enough. Daniel Trapot's been on multiple times. Darren's come on multiple times. Fred and Shane have both come on multiple times for me. Trevor. Lots of people who gladly come on multiple times. Tim Johnson. And done all sorts of stuff with me. We've done the Streamline shows on here, a couple of them, the schedule releases, the look into Streamline we did on here. We finally got Joey Warren on after a couple schedule cancellations and technical difficulties, we finally got Joey on. That was a good one. I had multiple different panel ones, like when we talked about the USLDCC with Carrie, Jason, and Chris. David Morgan's been on multiple times. Let's see here. I've done a lot. We did the CBA show with Steve and Betty, which that one was a special one for me because that's when they announced I became a DJ on Line Dancer Radio. Definitely loved that one. That was done in July. Who's Joey Warren? Chris just reminded me, yep, I love the one with Lorenzo. That was a fun one, getting to catch up with him, having him back on. I've done some tech shows. I always love doing the tech shows. Like I did the music while your videos are getting taken down. I've done all things tech. Different Facebook ones on Facebook policies. I love doing shows like that. I love doing shows where I get to talk tech a bunch. Love diving into different ways to improve things. I know, like last week we did the show on the pros and cons of online teaching. Some different things you'll like to see improve, how we can improve them, and stuff like that. Paul just said, I just figured out who I want to see. Please tell me. Please tell me. And after this, I have a serious question for you and Stacy. Stacy says, Paul, it's me. He's now going to type forever. So while we're waiting for Paul, that could be a fun one. I'm going to be with Nat. I'm going to be with Nat on Friday. I'll ask her if she's willing to do it. I'll ask her, and I'll talk to Boo. I'll ask Nat and Boo to see if they'll be willing to do it, because that could be a fun show. So I have to ask, and for those who haven't seen it, go check all the instructors, the judges from Country Vibe and World Dance Masters. They had a little Zoom quiz after the competition the other day, and there was some pictures with their faces on it. It was name a movie, and I would like to know, between you and Stacey DW, who decided that Fred Whitehouse was going to be Debbie Moore and Shane McKeever was going to be Patrick Swayze in that picture. Because let me tell you, that might have been my favorite one. A close second was Jenny and Lauren in Blaze of Glory. Yep, guess the movie quiz. Yep, and Paul just said it was Stacy. Debbie said Fred and Shane is still traumatizing me. And Georgina said terrible photos. That was priceless. I can't look at the movie Ghost the same ever again. I can't. That picture. Stacy, I mean, Fred's head just fitted better. That was priceless yesterday, that photo. Absolutely priceless. I just couldn't stop laughing when I saw it. Couldn't stop laughing. But yeah, definitely I might have to see if Nat and honestly, we were howling all week. If you could see our WhatsApp conversations, I can only imagine. But I will definitely see if Nat and Boo would be interested in coming on. That could be a fun one. Like Amy says, some things you just can't unsee. I don't think I can never look at that movie again. You could have a show inviting partners of well-known choreographers talking about their lives with creative people. No, 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 do not put that with me. I mean, Madison Glover and her man just recreated the one in the water. They did that. They got the Dirty Dance one for you. That could be interesting. See if I can get see if I can get like Georgina and them to come on and talk about what it's like living with Fred. That could be fun. I did do Amy and Darren at the same time. I had them on together and what it was like living with them. Like Kelly said, we should do a quiz night hosted by you, Paul, and Stacy. That could be fun. We do a whole quiz night on a Honky Tonk Highway edition. Do a whole quiz episode. Georgina said no. Georgina goes, I am not coming on screen. I knew that was going to be your answer, Georgie. I knew that was going to be your answer. So I do want to bring the one thing I'm going to be bringing back, and once I can get some people to do it, I've had a couple people that told me they're interested. Chris just said, Kelly host, can we ask about Kelly? Yeah. Jocks, you're supposed to be on my side here, bro. Amy said she still wants I want an Amy versus Darren choreography challenge. That could be fun. But I do want to bring back the choreography challenges. Choreographer wags. What's a wag? And I'm probably just not knowing my British terminology. Shane said, I vote quiz night. I think we might have to do that. That could be fun. That could be fun. Paul, take a drink, then theme the rules. More evening, Mr. Sack. He says, sorry he's late. I still want to know what a wag is. Shane's over here bragging, WDM quiz champ. Oh, wife and girlfriends. There we go. That's better. His wife and girlfriends of footballers. Okay, that makes more sense. As they decided to let me in. Women and girl. I guess I'm the only one that didn't know what WAG stood for. It's like, okay, Paul. So yeah, we could do that one. That would be a fun one. Have all the choreographers, wives and girlfriends on the show. That could be fun. Get the inside scoop. That could be a fun one. Get a couple of them. That would be definitely. Yes, like Chris said, I learn something new every day. I do. At least I try to. Y'all are crazy. But yeah, we could definitely look into doing a quiz night. That would be fun. But I know a couple of the shows. I know I'm going to be bringing more topics back. So a little look into it. Just to give y'all a little heads up. So after this week, we went back to doing episodes every day for the last couple weeks. And with the Crystal Boot Awards coming up, I'm going to be a little busy. So we're going to go down to for the foreseeable future to probably 2 episodes a week. And it's looking like it's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm going to try to do one of those to be a topic show every week, and the other one to be either an interview/special show. More likely is how I'm going to schedule it. So that'll be starting the week after next week. It'll be next week. So the week after the 100th episode. And then, of course, the week of the Crystal Boot Awards, we're not going to be doing a show on the Thursday, obviously, because everyone should be attending the Crystal Boot Awards. And then that Tuesday show will be what to expect and how to do the Zoom and what you're going to be going through. Shane says, still waiting in the choreo. Hey, I'm all for yeah. That could be interesting. Why don't I just bring Paul and Shane on to do a choreography challenge? That could be fun. Shane, Paul, Stacy, all y'all. I can have the three of you split screen it. Y'all choreograph live on air. That could be fun. That could be real fun. Stacy said, "Oh yes, I like it." Just saying, that could be great times. Great times. And we're going to, you know what? We can even do that episode instead of putting it on Facebook, take it straight to YouTube. That way we can play the music. I know, Chris, as soon as I find at least one other person, I know you volunteered as tribute. I want to see you on. Trust me, brother. I want to see you on that choreography challenge. Trust me, and I got a nice list of songs in mind that I've been holding back for those challenge episodes. Nothing like the one Daniel gave me for 80s Baby that was A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Didn't realize he gave me a nice little phrase section dance like that. So, but that's what's going to be happening with the Honky Tonk Highway. We're going to go down to probably the 2 a week for the foreseeable future just because of the scheduling and me prepping for the CBAs, and we're going to be diving into the CBAs really hard. I'm looking forward to it. Who hasn't voted yet? You got 92 minutes. 1 hour, 32 minutes left to vote. It ends at midnight England time, which is 7 p.m. here in the States. Get your votes in, guys. Buy your pass. Every vote counts. You need to get your votes in. I know this coming Saturday, Dave Morgan and Betty will have the Line Dancer radio show to release the final 6 for the wild card. That should be a fun one. Get your wild card nominations in. Elsa, will you bring Kelly back? I like her. Every now and again, she agrees to come on screen with me. Yeah, every now and again, she agrees to come on screen with me. So, Chris said they're going to need a new Crystal Boot category for Best Paul and Stacy episode. What's going on, Miss Dancing Terry? Terry Pornell just joining us. She got to celebrate a birthday yesterday. So, but yes, Kelly will be coming back on some of the shows. Don't worry. She usually sits in the other room and monitors to make sure I don't do nothing too crazy, or monitors the chat for me in case I miss something. So, but every now and again, she doesn't mind coming on. So, but yeah, definitely thinking I'll do the choreography challenge. Still waiting for you to sing. Keep waiting. Keep waiting, darling. I'll probably do, when we do the choreography challenge ones, do those only as YouTube episodes, not Facebook. That way I can play the music on it, and that way everybody can listen to the music, because we tend not to get busted on YouTube. So that way we can definitely do that. Kelly says I could do a topic show maybe. That's true. You probably could. You probably could come on and host it. I got tons more topics. Any topics y'all want me to cover? I know some people have sent in topics. Any topics that you guys want to hear? Is the guy in compound very far? I mean, no, just under an hour. Right about 55 minutes, 50 minutes ish, depending on traffic. Yeah, he's less than an hour from me, so it's not bad. Like Kelly said, 57 minutes door to door. If you map it. Paul said, I think next time you get Darren Bailey on, he should just wear a vest. Only you, Mr. James. Only you. So, yeah, but what topics would y'all like to hear out there and see discussed on the show? I know some people have sent some ideas. We've done the number of dances written today a couple times. Uh-oh. And he comes out of the quiet. Darren Baylor's like, what? Darren, apparently you have a fan in Paul. He would like to see you in nothing but a vest. So I know I've done like the how many dances done today topic. We've done that twice. We did the voting topic. We did the whole topic on the Crystal Boot Award nominations and different categories. We've talked about online teaching. We've talked about events. We talked about different ways to improve the online teaching. Taryn says, I've seen it. It's not pretty. Paul. So we got lots of live events coming up. Obviously, Streamline started back up today. It was great. The couple weeks off, they started back up doing, and they're teaching for the next 2 weeks, nothing but CBA nominations. VTV still going. Rachel has announced DD6 Valentine's Day weekend, which would have been the weekend of her event, Sunshine and Line. You have the week before that on Roy Verdonk and them are doing a Valentine's Day, a virtual Valentine's Day thing the weekend before that, where they're releasing 10 new dances. Terry, how can we get more USA People dances nominated for Crystal Boots? Vote. Vote, vote, and vote. I tell people this all the time. It's going to be harder to get more people nominated for the people, I think, due to the fact that it's based on people. It's based on number of people. But it's all about voting for the dances. And I don't say this. I disagree with, because when I did the show releasing it, we talked about this, and I said I was kind of upset that only one American made the nominations this year, and it was JP. But not as what surprised me. It didn't surprise me about the people. To be quite honest, I'm not surprised anymore about the people. If you look at it over the years, we maybe see one or two in the people categories a year nominated. The fact that none of the dances were up is what shocked me. And someone said, a couple people said in the comments that more Americans need to vote. But my question is, no, it's not. I'm just kind of curious of you can't. It's more people that Europeans, UK people, British, however you want to put it, aren't voting for Americans either. No one's voting for Americans. The American dances are not getting votes. Stacy, if you send it to me in WhatsApp, I can put it up on the screen. I just saw your post. Send it to me in WhatsApp, and I can get it up on the screen. Like Betty said, vote here every month. Exactly. Vote for your dances. Vote for the dances. It's gonna be easier to get dances nominated by American choreographers, and bam, just like that, I have the picture. Let's see here. Let me get this up here. I'm a little scared. I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared. Really, guys? You know what? I'm still gonna put it up. Let me see. Oh. But yeah, it's going to be way easier, as I've been just said, to get your to get dances nominated than it is people. She might, Stace. She might. Vote for your favorite dances, guys. Vote for the dances that have been nominated. Vote for the dances that you like to see. And it might just coincide that if more dances get voted for, it'll lurk into the people. But as Americans, it's going to be hard because we're bundled into an entire international category. We're going up against everybody from Europe, obviously. Northern Ireland, I think it is, where Gary is. I can never remember which one is which. But France, Spain, Australia. So it's going to be harder in at least the people categories on that because we're going up against a bigger. We're going up against a bigger field, as I want to say. Korea, Australia, yeah, all those. Yeah, exactly. We have a very, very big field of competition. All right, let's see. Downloads. All right, so I'm gonna switch the screens here real quick. Bear with me, guys. Miss Stacy DW has gracefully shared a picture with us, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little frightened. I've seen it, and I'm still frightened by it. Oh, it's not letting me put it up. All right, I'm going to have to share it in a minute because it's not letting me share it now. So it'll be just a moment. It's not letting me pull it up. So I got to reconvert the file, so it's going to bear with me. Yeah, so it is a broader... The suspense is killing me. It won't kill you, Chris, I promise. Barbara just posted, I know this was discussed on another one of your shows, but maybe the category should be broader. I don't necessarily think it should be broader. I think it should be... thing. Betty just interesting idea. The reason I did UK International because once upon a time UK only ever voted for Americans. Yes, John Robinson, Max Perry, Joe Thompson, Scott Blevins, etc., etc. UK choreographers never won anything. Right, and now it's now like it's almost on a complete flip flop, a complete 180. So. But that's I don't necessarily want to make it broader, like people say, because then that would mean we'd need to jumble them all together. Okay, maybe now let's me put it in. Like Stacey just said, Betty Drummond, that's so true. It just shows how much the talent has grown. Yeah, the talent right now is crazy. The talent right now is absolutely crazy. It does not want to let me convert it. I'll share this photo afterwards, guys. It's not letting me convert it to put it on the screen. So, but yeah, I think that's what will solve the American issue. Only because, like Darren, I like Darren's. Oh, now put Darren's. Darren just said U.S. is big enough to have its own category. Currently, now we are, I think. It has been so broad and expanded right now, especially with all up and comers and people among that. It would be absolute. It could be an absolute great division. I've said this for a while. It's going to be hard, even if someone does make the final shortlist. If someone makes the final 8 in a category like that, like for say international choreographer, international instructor, getting past Gary O'Reilly or Madison Glover right now is going to be next to impossible. Those two right now are hard to beat. Just like right now, getting past, and this could change after this year because I believe if he wins it this year, it's his 5th. Right now, getting past Fred Whitehouse is a rough one. And just look who else behind him. You have Shane McKeever. You still have Carl Harry Winston. You have Tina Argyle. You have Darren Bailey, who is still considered UK. Now, Betty said that's why we have 5 years and you get an Outstanding Achievement Award. It'll be, yeah. But that's 10 years between two people that we all have to wait. I think some can't be nominated anymore as they won too many. Joe Thompson is one of them, I think. Yeah, Joe can't. Like Rachel can't. One of the divisions. Rhea Voss can't. In personality, stuff like that. Dave can't in DJ. Yeah. Is there anything Gary can't with? Soon. I know Terry said maybe a rookie instructor / choreographer. I know they used to do Rising Star. I knew that used to be a thing. A while ago. But that could be a fun one. That could be a fun one too. But the question is, how do you determine that? Also, like Darren was saying, just the amount of people in that division. And what would you consider a rising star? A rookie. Well, that's my curiosity. What would you consider a rookie? So, yeah, bring it back. Georgina says she loved Rising Star to bring it back. And I hope everyone, when I said what I said on the CBA show, saying how I was disappointed that no American dance got put on there, that I wasn't saying that those dances don't. None of the dances nominated, the 67 of them, weren't all good dances. It just surprised me extremely that not a single one with an American choreographer was on. That's the thing. Betty said bringing it back so hard. They brought it back last year and went to Little Blair Morgan. Terry Perna said less than 5 years. Interesting. The scope is there, but it's vast. Yes, that's what I was just thinking. I'm like, the amount. I'm like, that's crazy. Chris Lover said, I just had another thought for a topic. You could ask any club instructors on talking about what their current playlists and teaches are. Are you meaning club like UK clubs, like dance clubs, or like here what we consider a club is a bar? Like Betty said, we do about 17 awards already. I don't know where we would stop. That's the thing. That's the thing. There's so many categories. There's so many things you could and couldn't give an award for, and it's just that's the way it was. All is what Chris said. That could be interesting. The problem I have with that is there are still some, okay, at least over here, that don't allow non-country music. And like Stacey just said, and if you add too many categories, it goes too far the other way and waters it down. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. But like I was saying, Chris, like there are still bars over here and places over here that don't allow non-country music. I know our bar in one of our bars in Orlando called Cowboys. They mainly they it's almost all country. They play a couple, but they're so hit or miss. Like there's some dances by Trevor Thornton that are to country songs they still don't allow because they don't consider it too country. And I understand you think that's okay, but that kind of differs the teaches because the teaches is not a broad. They don't get a broad scope of what they can only teach certain dances. Then it's okay, Maddie, working a thing. That's why they stay up. People can watch them back. It's Paul. You'll have to start offering a 2-course meal and skip desserts. And then Georgina, I don't know if Fred and Shane could cope with no desserts. Chris, I understand dancing is dancing, but what you're talking about is you want to see a list of what people are teaching. But if you will include list of places that are only teaching country, the course, and then you have places that teach both that are teaching country and non-country, you're going to have dances that are country. It's going to favor one style of dance to the one style of dance to the other. So if you don't take it from broad classes, like I love the chart. On Line Dancer Web, you can go and put what you're teaching. Dave Morgan does a poll on what you're teaching. Going into the bars, I don't know. I don't know. I brought in a bar DJ, and it's so hard. Like coming from a guy who still goes to country bars over here and goes to a country bar where they don't allow some dances taught, it's hard. It's very hard because they are so limited on what the options they're allowed to teach. Yeah, I'm kind of scared. Paul just said he thought of another person he wants to see. Terry said Joanne Brady. Rosie, it's a possibility. I've had Jill on and I've had Christopher on. And I've had John Robinson on a couple times. Oh, that's a good idea. Mr. Frank Trace. I might have to message him. I know he does a big, well, at least he did before COVID. He did a big class. He had a big weekly class up in Ohio. That's a good one. Yeah, I might have to message him. That would be a fun one to do. Chris said we have strictly country clubs here in the UK. So see, you see you see where the issue could be there because they're only gonna ever nominate country dances. They're never gonna only put country dances on the list. So it's gonna be heavy. One, that's why I like the open polls that are up here. If the instructors from those local places or there's dancers from the local places want to go on, they can find it. Because at least here in the States, there's not just line dancing. They'll play whatever. So a whole night of dancing is not necessarily all whole night of line dancing. So some of the songs that would be what they are all on aren't going to be relevant. So, and there's some places out here that are different. They do line dancing all night long. That was the whole point of why I started this show, is I really wanted to. I wanted to go and to the locations that have big followings like that. So I know Joanne Brady has been nominated for the Crystal Boot. I know she's been over there and been at the awards a couple times. I know John Robinson has. I know Scott Blevins has and won. I know Joe Thompson has, of course. Guyton and Amy and Joe won Dance of the Year a couple years ago with Ain't Misbehavin'. So, yeah, like Barbara said, all in all, we are so lucky to have so many talented people choreographing and teaching. Absolutely. It's great. I'm very privileged to be where I am in Florida. We are a good bed for line dancing, especially here. And it's always fun. So, Paul, He's incredible. I want to be him when I grow up. Paul, are you ever going to grow up? I thought you're like Peter Pan and just going to be a kid forever. And no, I was not meaning Peter Pan just so you can run around in green tights. Yes, Frank's won multiple times if I'm not mistaken. With Mama Maria. Yes, you should be. You should be coming to Florida here next week. How long were you coming to Florida for? Rachel's event wasn't for a couple weeks. Yeah, and Georgina said that was nominated so many times. Come on over. Once you're allowed back, come on over there. We have some great events over here. And like Hazel says, Scotland has loads of fabulous choreographers, DJs, and instructors. I agree. You have plenty. You have tons nominated right now. My crow's feet and inky body tell a different story. So, yeah, it'd have been fun. Y'all are all supposed to be here in a couple weeks. The flight's still in my calendar. Oh, so you get that reminder. Oh, that would have been a fun week having y'all here. Been a fun week. So far, I'm surprised. So far, ever since a couple events from the Netherlands got canceled last week for the UCWDC, no events have been canceled this week that I've seen posted about, which is always a good sign. That's always a plus. Thinking Las Vegas would be first. Wow, that's a big. You're trying to swing for the fences on the first one. You're swinging for the fences on the first one. That's big. Yeah, Georgina was. Oh yeah, well, I forgot Jen did post that. Sorry. Boston did cancel. Boston Line Dance Showdown officially canceled. Kind of saw that coming with Showdown. Kind of saw that coming with the way Massachusetts is. Like Chris said, another postponed Showdown pre-party. Trust me, it wasn't. I know that was nothing Jen wanted to do. That's all the state of Massachusetts. That's for sure. I know if she would have been allowed to hold it, she would have. So I know that's just the state of Massachusetts. So it'd be interesting to see when the next one will be. I have a feeling we're going to see some more cancel. I have a feeling Portland will cancel. And I think that's going to be more due to the fact that I don't think she can get her instructors here. And it'd be hard for her to get the people there to come without them. Same thing with Heart of Texas. Heart of Texas. Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach could be an interesting one. I don't know if Steve. I know Steve is still in the plans for that. Steve Lascarbo with a line dancer spring break. I know Fitz will happen. I know as long as Florida doesn't close it down, because we can still have events. Fun in the Sun will happen, that's for sure. Darren said there's light at the end of the tunnel. Just got to ride it out for the while. Yeah, I get that. The question I asked the other day, Darren, is how many events are going to be able to continue to last and to be able to keep canceling. That's the curiosity question I have. How many events are going to be able to strive and be able to afford to keep canceling? Because like obviously, unless the state cancels it, if the event cancels it, they're going to have to pay the fine. They're going to have to pay the fee. Because if the hotel's able to have it, that's the thing. Where's Myrtle Beach? South Carolina. Myrtle Beach is in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, right on the water. It's lined near spring break. Steve's had it. It's a 5-day event. Lots of partying, lots of shenanigans, as I will say, that happened there. So that's my thought. The question, I'm hoping everyone can bounce back from this. That's the hope. So, but real quick before we end the show, I got a little surprise for you guys. I have permission to play this. I'll be posting a link down here. Here's a little sneak peek on what you're going to get to see at the Crystal Boot Awards. This is just a little sneak peek on what you of one of the intros. Just a little teaser. And I have permission from Betty Drummond to play this. So here you go.
Dedicated dance DJ Dave Morgan, Gary Lafferty, Gary O'Reilly, Heather Barton, Julie Lockton, JP Potter, Michael Lynn, and Michelle Risley.
Doesn't that just look incredible? I've put the link in, guys. That is a link to book your passes. That's just a little teaser of what you get to look forward to. 4 days, last weekend of January. Click the link to book your ticket. It's only £25. It's going to be an awesome time. You have just right at the hour left, guys. Closing for the votes ends in 1 hour. You have 1 hour to vote. Don't forget, 2 categories are going to be voted on live that night. So unless you are at the awards and at the booths, you will not get to vote for your wild card. The winner, also Dance of the Year, will be voted on live at the Crystal Boot Awards. Those 2 vote awards, that is going to be awesome. So get your passes. Hit the link that we've just shared at 7 Air Media. That's to head over and book your pass. It's only £25, guys. £25, very easy. Head over and book your pass. Don't forget, 3 days of interviews left before the 100th show. Tomorrow, Cody Stevens, Michael Lynn on Wednesday, Mark, Chris, Ray, and Matt on Thursday. And then, of course, me and G on Friday. Guys, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Thank you so much for getting us to this point where we've gone through. This was episode 96. I look forward to bringing many, many more of these out for you guys. So, from the bottom of mine and Kelly's hearts, thank you so much for supporting 7 Air Media and the Honky Tonk Highway. Until tomorrow, guys. See ya.